Today we're looking at two ways that you can set up MCP servers in Claude. One method is used if you have a free Claude account. The other one is for pro users or max users and beyond. So let's start if you're a free user. So essentially what you'll want to do is you'll want to create a JSON file called Claude desktop config.json in a specific folder, namely in your application support folder. I'll put a link here at the top and also put it in the description. So you create that file if it hasn't been created yet, or if it already has been created, you can go ahead and open up that file and then you can enter your MCP server definitions in here. So that's depending on what MCP server you want to use. In this case, we're using the Weebly MCP server, which is a service that allows you to build forms and surveys from within Claude. So once you have that and once you restart Claude, that's very important, don't forget to restart Claude, you'll be able to use that MCP. So for example, in the case of Weebly, I can say, create me a customer feedback survey. And then magically, this is a pretty cool part about Claude, it's going to know, oh, there's an MCP server installed for that specific purpose. I'm going to go ahead and use that MCP server. So in this case, it's coming up with a prompt to generate that form. It's then going to talk to the API the way that the MCP server specifies, and it's going to return me the working survey. So essentially, this is the return. Of course, this will depend on your actual MCP server, but in our case, we have a link to the working form, so the working survey, as we asked it to Claude. So this is the way that you do it if you're in the free tier. So if you're a Max user, for the moment it's only for the Max users, but Anthropic announced that they're also going to release it for the Pro users soon. There's actually a much easier way to set up integrations. So if you go into the settings pane, you'll see under profile here at the bottom, this add more button. And essentially what you want to do is press it and then just enter the name of the integration as well as the URL. So again, in our case, we'll be using the Weebly Forms and Survey MCP. You add it, it's going to be added there, it's going to connect, and then whenever you start a new chat, it will just be available. So if I say create new contact form, it's going to automatically know, oh, okay, I can just use the Weebly MCP server for that. I'm going to just talk to its API through the MCP to set up the contact form or to set up the survey. And that's it. So it's a lot easier if you have Max. Hopefully we'll get to Pro soon because Max is still pretty expensive, but essentially that's the way that you set up MCP servers in Claude, in the free tier and in paying tiers.